Do you know there's a power inside you, a power so incredible it can turn your every dream into reality? And if you stay with me till the end of this book, I promise you, your mind will never be the same again. Today, you're going to discover how your superconscious mind, the highest state of your awareness, can give you anything you desire: money, love, success, peace, anything. You weren't born just to survive and die. You're not some ordinary being who wakes up, works, struggles, and goes to sleep tired. No. Within you exists a power deeply connected to the most mysterious energies of the universe. And sadly, most people live their whole lives without ever recognizing this power. We only use 5 to 10% of our mind. The rest, the most powerful part, is the superconscious mind. This is the part that truly shapes your life's direction. This is the center where thoughts turn into energy and energy turns into reality. Now imagine, what if you could awaken that part? What if you could learn how to control it? Would it change anything? The answer is, it would change everything. Have you ever noticed how some people, without any special resources or skills, still manage to achieve extraordinary success, while others who work so hard still feel stuck in the same place? This isn't luck. It's the game of the superconscious. Some people tap into it unknowingly. They may not even realize they're doing it, but they are. There's a belief within them, a clear vision, and above all, an energy that pulls them toward their goals. The superconscious isn't magic. It's inside you right now, but it's asleep. And until you learn how to awaken it, you'll keep depending only on your limited consciousness, the part of you that doubts, questions, fears, and lives within boundaries. But the superconscious is beyond all of that. There is no fear there. There is no such thing as impossible. There's only yes. Yes, this can happen. Yes, this is mine. Yes, I am worthy of it. But this power doesn't open up just like that. You have to change yourself. Your thought patterns, the language of your mind, your inner voice, everything. And the first step is to accept that this power exists within you. As long as you keep seeing yourself as small, the superconscious will remain silent. But the moment you start saying, I am infinite, I can become anything I believe, my thoughts create my reality, your mind starts operating on a different frequency. That frequency connects to the same universal energy that creates and transforms everything. You've heard the saying, as within, so without, meaning whatever exists inside you is exactly what you'll see outside. If you carry emptiness within, your life will reflect lack. If you carry fear, you'll find obstacles. But if you carry power, if there's clarity, intention, and vision inside you, the outer world will open up. It will support you, guide you, and lead you exactly where you want to go. The superconscious is not a fantasy. It is a doorway hidden deep within, the place where miracles begin. It's where Einstein found his theories, where Tesla discovered his inventions, where Steve Jobs dreamed of Apple. These weren't different kinds of people. The only difference was they had the courage to go within. They recognized the superconscious and awakened it. We become what we think. This isn't just a quote, it's a fundamental law of the universe. It's called the law of assumption. According to this law, your life reflects exactly what you believe to be true from within. So if you believe you're small, the world will treat you as small. If you believe you can succeed, the path will begin to unfold. But if you believe you're a failure, no matter how hard you try, your energy, your thoughts, and your entire system will keep pulling you back. Many people think they need to first achieve something before they can believe in themselves. But the law of assumption says the opposite. First, believe, and then that belief will become your reality. That's where most people go wrong. They say, when I make millions, I'll feel rich. When others accept me, I'll feel worthy. But the universe doesn't work like that. It doesn't respond to your circumstances. It responds to your consciousness. Whatever you accept within becomes your outer truth. Imagine you have a magical mirror, and it shows you exactly the image you carry in your mind. If you see yourself as broken, weak, and defeated, the mirror will reflect that, and your life will follow the same script. But if you see yourself as a winner, as confident, as powerful, that image becomes your reality. That's the power of the law of assumption. Your identity creates your reality. So now the question is, how do you use this law? And it all begins by looking within. Ask yourself honestly, What do I truly believe about myself? Do you often catch yourself saying things like, I'm not capable, I don't have enough time, or luck is never on my side? If yes, then realize this. Unknowingly, you're pushing yourself toward failure. It's time now to break that old pattern of thinking. Every morning, as soon as you wake up, start by telling yourself, I am capable. I am worthy. What I seek is already mine. These are not just words. They're seeds being planted into your superconscious mind. And just like any seed, the fruit will depend on what you sow. If you start believing that your success is certain, your energy will begin to align with that belief. People will be drawn to you. Opportunities will find you. And slowly, the life you desire will begin to unfold. This is the magic of the law of assumption. It doesn't wait for proof. It tells you, first believe, and then the universe will deliver. Your belief comes first. The result comes after. Just imagine, if for the next 30 days you began to see yourself as someone confident, clear-minded, and capable of overcoming any situation, wouldn't your body language change? Wouldn't your thoughts, decisions, and energy shift? And when that happens, wouldn't your outcomes also change? People who understand this law, they create miracles. But they do it quietly. Inside them, there's an unshakable belief. I have already become what I came here to be. They don't care what's happening on the outside, because inside, they've already won. Every human wants something. Some seek wealth, some seek love, some seek respect, freedom, or peace. But here's the truth. Wanting alone is not enough. Millions of people desire things every day, yet very few truly achieve them. Why? Because their desires lack fire. They lack the feeling, the emotion strong enough to turn a dream into reality. Simply saying, I want to be rich sends no real signal to the universe. But when that desire flows in your blood, when it fills your breath, steals your sleep, and stirs your soul, that's when the universe starts to listen. That's when the universe begins to move in your favor. This is the formula at the heart of this chapter. Desire plus emotion is truth. Desire alone is incomplete. Emotion gives it momentum. It gives it energy. It gives it vibration, the very signal that reaches the universe. Emotion is what turns a simple thought into a powerful command. The universe doesn't understand words. It understands vibration, and emotion is that vibration which echoes across existence. Imagine you've made up your mind. I want to achieve something big in life. If this decision stays only in your head, it will vanish in a day. But if it sinks into your heart, if you wake up every morning with that purpose and go to bed every night dreaming of it, then slowly, everything around you begins to shape itself accordingly. You start changing. Your energy starts changing. And that transformation, that emotion begins knocking on the universe's door. Your mind is a magnet, but its power multiplies when you charge it with emotion. It is passion that turns the impossible into possible. It's no coincidence that the people who shaped history weren't just smart, they were emotionally deeply connected to their dreams. Thomas Edison failed 1,000 times, but his desire burned so strong, he said, I've just found 1,000 ways that won't work. Nelson Mandela spent 27 years in prison, yet the emotion behind his dream never let him break. Desire without emotion is just an empty echo. It doesn't even reach the universe. But when you cry for a dream, when your eyes shine while imagining your goal, when your heart races for your vision, that emotion changes every cell in your body. Your walk, your tone, your decisions, your confidence, everything starts flowing with the wave of that emotion. And this is where transformation begins. Many people think, I'll be happy when I become successful. But the law of manifestation says, when you begin to live with the feeling of success, that very success starts moving toward you. So if you want your desire to manifest, feel it first. Feel as if it's already yours. If you want wealth, then start thinking, walking, and feeling like a wealthy person right now. If you're seeking love, begin by loving yourself the way you wish to be loved. Emotion is the signal that guides the universe. It's like tuning into a radio. Unless your frequency is aligned, you won't hear the right station. You may say, I want this, but inside, if you're filled with fear, doubt, or frustration, the universe will pick up on that energy, not on your spoken desire. But if you declare with passion and full belief, this is already mine, I'm ready for it, the universe reshapes itself to match your vibration. Now imagine, you close your eyes, and the life you once only dreamed of stands right before you. You're holding the steering wheel of that car you used to just visualize. You're standing on that stage, speaking to thousands. You're in the home you always dreamed of. Sunlight pouring in through the windows, a home built not just of bricks, but of belief. This isn't fantasy. This is a technique, and it's called visualization. It's directly connected to your superconscious mind. Every single thing you've ever achieved in life started as a thought, and everything you wish to achieve now also begins as a seed of thought. But thoughts only become reality when you can see them, feel them, and live them inside your mind. This is the secret power of visualization. Both science and spirituality agree. When you repeatedly experience something with full emotion in your mind's eye, your brain starts believing it as truth. And once your brain accepts it, your body, your energy, and the entire universe begin working together to bring that vision to life. All it takes is just 5 minutes every morning or night. That's all this practice demands. 5 minutes where you're alone, still, eyes closed, fully immersed in the life you truly want. If you desire success, see yourself as already successful. Picture yourself sitting in that dream office. Feel the chair, touch the desk. If it's a car you dream of, grab the steering wheel in your mind. Smell its leather. Hear the music. Feel the speed. If you seek a loving relationship, imagine talking to that person, laughing with them, sharing meals, feeling the connection. All of this sends powerful images to your superconscious, which then begins the process of turning those visions into reality. Why? Because the superconscious doesn't distinguish between imagination and reality. If you see something often enough, it accepts it as real. And when it accepts it, it starts aligning your body, your thoughts, your decisions, and your actions with that new truth. Here's the most fascinating part. When you repeatedly feel something, the universe starts sending energy in that direction too. Athletes, actors, scientists, and entrepreneurs all use this technique. Michael Phelps would visualize himself swimming and winning every race before he even stepped into the pool. Jim Carrey, when he had nothing, used to see himself standing among Hollywood stars. And one day, that dream became real. But it's not just about seeing. It's about feeling. Because when you only see something, your brain reacts at the surface level. But when you feel, when you live that moment from deep within, your consciousness starts vibrating at a whole new frequency. And that frequency is the signal the universe responds to. Every person carries a voice within, a voice that whispers with every new step, "You can't do this." It says, "What will people say? You failed before. There are millions like you. You're nothing special." This isn't meant for someone like you. This is the voice that has crushed countless dreams, locked endless talents in cages, and taught too many hearts to doubt themselves. And the most dangerous part? This voice doesn't come from outside. It rises from within. It's the inner critic, the one psychology calls the inner voice of doubt. It's born from old failures, social pressure, childhood memories, and painful experiences. When people tell us again and again, "You're not good enough, you're falling behind, you'll never make it," eventually, we start repeating those same things to ourselves. And that voice becomes so familiar that we stop questioning it altogether. Every time it holds us back, we accept it as the truth. But now, it's time to silence that voice. You must understand, you are not that voice. That's just a shadow of your past experiences, not your true identity. And the day you recognize this, everything in your life will begin to shift. Because each time you hold back, each time you hesitate, you're not afraid of failure. You're simply surrendering to that false inner voice. But what if you started responding to it? What if every time it says, "You can't," you reply boldly, "Be quiet. I'm not the same person anymore. I can and I will." This isn't make-believe. This is reprogramming. For every negative thought you've been told, it's time to match it with positive truths. When it says, "You're weak," you say, "I am strong." When it says, "You have nothing," you say, "I have everything I need." When it says, "You've failed too many times," you reply, "Each failure was preparation, and now I am ready." Slowly, you'll notice that voice growing quieter. It won't control you anymore. You will start controlling it. Now imagine this. You're sitting in a restaurant holding a menu. The waiter stands beside you, waiting for your order. And then you sit back, relaxed. You don't stress about whether the food will come. You don't run into the kitchen to check. You don't ask the waiter again and again, "Are you sure it's coming?" Why? Because you've placed the order and you trust it's on the way. This is the hidden truth of manifestation. Most people fail to change their lives because of one mistake. They keep chasing what they still believe is out of reach. They think, "I wish I had it. I wish I could become that. I wish I could earn that much." But hidden in that "I wish" is the energy of lack. And the universe does not respond to lack. The universe responds only to vibrations that say, "This is mine." That's why this chapter says, live as if you already have it. It doesn't mean lying or pretending. It means aligning your mindset, your energy, your walk, and your thoughts so deeply that you start seeing yourself as the person who already has what they once desired. This is identity shifting. Becoming that version of yourself first from within, the one who is already living the life you want to create. Because if you see yourself as poor, then your words, your thoughts, and your emotions will match that poverty. And those low vibrations will only attract struggle, fear, lack, and insecurity. But when you see yourself as abundant, when you feel truly grateful, not just for what you have, but for all that's already on its way, then you enter a whole new energy field, one where your reality begins to transform. Starting today, ask yourself this powerful question. If I already had everything I desire, how would I think? How would I walk? How would I speak? How would I make decisions? And then live your life according to that answer. Because the moment you start living from that future state, your consciousness, your energy, and your thoughts begin to realign. And that's where miracles begin. There was a time when Jim Carrey didn't even have a place to live, but every single day he felt like a successful actor. He wrote himself a check for $10 million with a note for acting services rendered. And within a few years, he received that exact amount for a single film. That's the power of belief backed by identity. He didn't do that because he was crazy. He did it because he had already started to see himself there. He shifted his identity into the person he wanted to become. And that same principle works for anyone. Whether you live in a small town, a one-room house, or are facing the worst moment of your life, the universe doesn't care where you are right now. It only responds to the energy you are radiating right now. So when you walk like you're already wealthy, speak like a winner, think like someone who's capable, the universe starts sending you opportunities, people, and situations that match that identity. And the most beautiful part is, you can begin this transformation right now. You don't need anyone's permission. You don't need money. All you need is to shift your consciousness. Imagine the universe as a radio station, constantly sending and receiving frequencies. Every thought and feeling you have is like a signal being broadcast. And if there's one powerful button that tunes this radio best, it's gratitude. Gratitude for what you already have, and gratitude for what's on its way. Most people think they'll be grateful after they get success, money, or love. Then they'll say thank you. But the universe doesn't work like that. It's the opposite. You say thank you first, and then the blessings follow. This isn't just emotional drama, it's an energetic law. When you feel grateful, you tap into the frequency of already having, and that feeling becomes your reality. Every morning, the moment you wake up, if you say, "Thank you for my dreams," you're sending a crystal clear signal to the universe. I am ready. I am already abundant, and now everything I need will be drawn toward me. Gratitude is like a magnet. It not only pulls what you desire toward you, it also dissolves fear, worry, and lack from within you. When you express gratitude for something, your mind shifts to its presence, not its absence. And when your awareness is focused on what is present, you fill yourself with the kind of energy that creates miracles. Here's a secret. The emotion that attracts the universe faster than anything else is deep, sincere gratitude. Gratitude not just from your lips, but from your heart. Gratitude that says, I know what I want is made for me. I know it's on its way, and I'm already thankful for it. Those who've turned the impossible into reality, they understood this energy. Oprah Winfrey once said, if you're not thankful for what you already have, you'll never get what you truly want. Albert Einstein used to thank the universe every day, not just for what he discovered, but for the mysteries he hadn't discovered yet. This isn't superstition, it's vibration. It's resonance with the frequency of creation. So when you say, "Thank you for my new home," even if you're living in a tiny rented room, you're sending a signal that you've already accepted it. And the universe begins building pathways to bring it into your life. When you say, "Thank you for the relationship that understands me," even if you're alone, your energy starts drawing in people who match that emotion. And when you say, "Thank you for the success that's mine," the universe starts aligning situations and connections that make that success possible. But there's one condition. Gratitude can't be occasional. It must be daily. Every morning when you wake up and every night before you sleep, name at least 3 things you're grateful for, even if they're small. Like, "Thank you for this warm cup of tea." "Thank you for my body that's still supporting me today." "Thank you for the hope that still lives in me." Your brain is not a wall carved in stone. It's more like a muscle. The more you train it through repetition, the more powerful, sharp, and focused it becomes. Today, science has proven that through an extraordinary process called neuroplasticity, our brain has the power to reshape itself. It can form new pathways, break old patterns, and create new ways of thinking. But there's only one thing it needs: daily, consistent repetition. Now think about it. What have you repeated to yourself your entire life? "I always fail. This is not for me. My luck is bad. I'll never change." Every time you said, thought, or felt those things, you were programming your mind negatively. And that program is now running your life without even asking your permission. But here's the good news. Any program can be rewritten. How? Through positive repetition. Every single morning and night, when you start saying things like, "I am powerful," "I am a winner," "I am the creator of my life," you're sending a new signal to your brain. These aren't just words. They are neural commands. And the more you repeat them, the deeper they sink into your subconscious. Like a farmer who tills the soil every day, and one day the crops grow. Your thoughts are seeds, and whatever you sow will grow. If you keep planting negative thoughts, you'll grow a life full of fear, confusion, and failure. But if you start planting positivity, confidence, courage, and vision, then success and clarity will grow like a strong, rooted tree. Behind every successful person is a powerful repetition. Great athletes don't shine just because they're talented. They've repeated the same move thousands of times. Great speakers don't inspire just because they have words. They've told themselves daily, "My voice can change the world." If you want to change your life, you have to start repeating new thoughts. Just like a yogi practices daily discipline, no matter what. In the beginning, it might feel hard. Your mind will try to pull you back into the old pattern. It'll say, "This is fake. What's the point?" But that's the test. When you start challenging those negative thoughts, that's the doorway to real transformation. You only need 3 to 5 minutes a day, just for yourself. Look in the mirror and say, "I'm getting better every day. I already have everything I need. My future is bright, and I'm building it." Don't just say it, feel it. Live in the energy of those words. You can add small practices to support this. Write down 3 good things every day. Breathe mindfully. Visualize your goals. When you make this a habit, your brain starts moving in a new direction. And most importantly, you'll begin to see that your thoughts are finally working with you, not against you. Have you ever noticed that when you desperately want something, you're chasing it with anxiety, restlessness, even fear? That thing seems to move further away? That's no accident. That's an energy law. The superconscious mind doesn't respond to words. It responds to emotional frequency. When your desire is mixed with fear, worry, or desperation, you begin operating on the vibration of, "Shh, I don't have this." And the universe always responds to vibration, not to what you say. So you might be saying, "I want this." But deep inside, your energy is screaming, "I don't believe I'll get it." In that conflict, the superconscious does nothing. It stays quiet until you become calm, fearless, and filled with trust. True power comes when you can say, "I want this, but I'm not broken if I don't have it yet. I trust the timing." When you reach the point where you can say, "Yes, I will have it, but I won't beg for it because I believe in my energy. That's when you step into the level where miracles begin. The superconscious doesn't need chaos. It needs clarity, patience, and deep inner trust. When you can visualize your goal while staying peaceful, you become a magnet for it. And your energy declares, I'm not living in the absence of it. I'm living in its presence already. And this vibration of calm trust is what activates the universe. To understand this power, just look at a river. It flows gently, but it can carry away stones. Now think of a noisy waterfall. It may look powerful, but it's shallow. In the same way, people who constantly shout, beg, or panic often lack depth. True attraction lies in those who are centered, steady, and peaceful inside. Just like a farmer doesn't dig up the soil every day to check if the seed is growing, you too don't need to keep scratching at your desires with anxiety. Your job is to keep your thoughts and energy in alignment with one simple truth. I've planted the seed, the fruit will come. This is what we call surrender with confidence. You're not giving up, you're trusting. You're not pleading. You're recognizing that what you seek is already yours. It's just a matter of timing. So stay calm, stay active, stay in trust. Because when you say from within, I know this will happen, and you begin to live with that peace, things will begin moving towards you without you needing to chase them. This world gives everything to those who don't run after it, but stand with such calm certainty that the universe itself knocks on their door. So always remember, desires made in fear cause delays. Desires made in peace create miracles. Sometimes we think all this talk about the superconscious mind, visualization, manifestation is just for books. We assume it only works for people who already have something. But the truth is, these powers are available to every human being, no matter what their current situation. And that truth is proven every single day through stories happening all around us. We just don't recognize them. So today, let me tell you a few such stories. These aren't just stories. They are living proof of hope. And maybe one of them could become your story too. Today, there are countless real-life examples that prove these principles work. Like the story of a young man born in a low-income neighborhood with no money, no connections, and no fancy last name, but with one big dream: to become a millionaire. Every night, while the world slept, he closed his eyes and saw himself in a luxurious office, closing million-dollar deals, driving his dream car, and commanding respect wherever he went. He didn't just visualize, he felt it. He lived inside that dream until his mind and the universe believed it was real. Today, he's the founder of a successful startup and drives the same car he once imagined. Then, there's the story of a young woman from a small town who dreamed of becoming an international speaker. But the odds were stacked against her. Failed exams, criticism from family, friends walking away. Still, she never gave up. Every day she told herself, I am a global motivational speaker. She practiced in front of a mirror, listened to her recordings, and spoke as if thousands were already listening. Her subconscious mind soaked up this identity, and soon the world did too. Today, she's spoken in multiple countries and inspired thousands across the globe. And the stories don't end there. A young man who once couldn't afford formal education is now working with top global companies. A woman who started her business journey in her 40s now runs a multi-million-dollar brand. None of them were born with special powers or privileges. The only difference was their inner world was stronger than their outer circumstances. They believed in themselves before the world did, and the world responded accordingly. Every story follows a simple pattern. They had a clear dream. They felt as if it was already real. They repeated it daily. And most importantly, they never stopped believing, even when life got tough. These people weren't superheroes. They didn't have magical powers. The only difference was this: their inner world was bigger than their outer world. They first built belief within themselves, and only then the outside world responded. And that, my friends, was the essence of superconscious mind. Remember, your outer world is simply a reflection of your inner beliefs. When you change your thoughts, your energy, your vision, the entire universe starts working in your favor. This isn't magic, it's alignment. This isn't fantasy, it's conscious living. And now, the question is, are you ready to believe in your higher self? If this summary sparked something inside you, do like, share, and subscribe to support the channel. Let's grow together, learn together, and manifest a life that truly feels like ours. Thank you for listening. See you in the next audiobook journey. Until then, stay powerful, stay aligned.